My answer is I don't know. I don't know what I would bring to the table. If this is me, you like it, you don't.
Get the.
Let's
You are watching a master at work.
Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy WattsTV, man, and I am back again today with another reaction video. Oh, I love some good controversy, man. Oh, this is such a great topic. Look, so today's video, we are looking at ABBA and Preach on the podcast Fresh and Fit, but even though it's just ABBA, really. So it's ABBA, 10 girls, and 2 dudes, right? If you guys don't know who ABBA and Preach are, they have literally easily become one of my favorite YouTubers, like during the pandemic. They are funny. They give a lot of insight on several different topics, whether it's funny, whether it's relationship stuff, whether it's like social justice stuff, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Guys, just do me a favor, go ahead and check them out. But anyway, to make a long story short, like I said, ABBA and like 10 other girls were in the same room talking about several different topics. Now, granted, this video is 2 hours long, so we are obviously not going to watch the entire video. But what we are going to do, we're going to watch this in segments, in the segments that I find the most interesting by the titles. And thank God, Fresh and Fit has the timestamps on like in the video description, so that we can go through these easily. So we are going to talk. We're going to start at ABBA challenges the ladies' opinion. So they talk about a lot of different topics, like on this podcast episode, like what do ladies bring to the table, unconditional love, you know, the male and female roles, blah blah blah. There was a lot that was discussed during this episode, and after this I'm probably going to listen to the entire episode just because. But yeah, we're just going to go ahead and start at ABBA challenges the ladies' opinion. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it, man. I have done enough talking.
Personality, character, I'm like, cool, would you marry an ugly guy? No. So it comes down to the fact that the same thing they're looking for short term, you find out even in long-term partners, if they don't get it, they're not going to be down. So I just thought that was interesting that you guys all made it sound like your short-term and long-term answers differed so much. But then when you were asked, would you marry an ugly man, the looks came back right away.
Well, I don't agree with you, because again, what is ugly to you? Maybe my boyfriend right now is ugly to everybody, but he's got something that I find so attractive.
Right. But you
and
said,
I don't care what everybody else thinks.
You said,
maybe he'll be considered an ugly person, but
okay, so one thing that I don't necessarily like talking about, it's not that I don't like talking about it, but attractiveness is very subjective. Like I have asked, for example, I have asked my girlfriend if certain like guys, if she thinks certain guys are attractive. And when I say certain guys, I mean like Michael B. Jordan, Idris Elba, and she'd be like, not really. So, but those 2 men are like some of like the most attractive men in like Hollywood and shit. Like, you feel me? So just saying, like, attractiveness, it really just depends on the person and the person's taste. So it's really subjective.
to me, he's my world.
but you said you wouldn't marry an ugly man to you.
I would somebody that I consider ugly, and it doesn't have to be with physical looks. It could be an ugly attitude. It could be the way he treats his mom, or the way he treats a waitress or somebody else. That's ugly to me. It's like, that's when I said ugly.
Look at Abba's face, bro.
What is ugly to you? You know, that's what
Okay, that's fair.
She
Whatever.
gave that lawyer answer. She deflected that like Genji did. Overwatch. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Super chats real quick. DVO, Maxo, short-term bang the attractive guy and long-term marry the rich guy. But what do you bring to the table?
That's a very good one. Very good one.
We want to go around the table with that one.
So, okay, I'll add a caveat to that as
Yeah,
well,
sure,
right?
go ahead.
So, for example, what do you bring to the table outside of sex?
Say again?
Okay, what do you bring to the table?
You spoke Chinese to her.
Foreign question.
Hey, yo, this this man said? Yeah, you spoke Chinese to her. She didn't know what she didn't know what you just said. You gonna have to say it again because she never heard that before. What do you bring to the table besides sex? This is a great question because I guess this is not me trying to bash women, but I have seen a lot of women post about them basically wanting like how would you say it, like higher earning men or high value men, okay, saying they want a man with 6 figures, he has to be 6 foot and blah blah blah. But at the same time, while you're asking for all of that, what do you bring to that situation? So I'm very curious to hear these answers.
Miss Mexico.
Yes.
What do you bring to the table to a man?
Hilarious.
Right? You're taking serious
Yeah.
outside of sex.
What do you think she will bring
No, no, no.
besides?
I'm gonna.
Yo, what? I hate when people. First of all, let's be honest. That's just plain rude. That is super rude. You do not ask a question with another question. If you don't know, just say, I don't know. You don't have to try to do this Jedi mind trick bullshit. Like, just say, I don't know. Like, well, what do you think? Like, nigga, I asked you. Oh my gosh, he's annoying.
On the panel.
Have you ever been in a relationship?
Bro, look at
that
Abba's
you obviously
face.
have sex, but what does she bring to the table besides that? Tell me.
Well, I'm asking you
Nigga,
a question.
I asked
I
you,
don't have
yes.
an answer, but I would like to know yours.
Okay, well, let's go on the panel first, and then we'll get back to your question.
Okay, she says she
Okay,
has an
so
answer,
I'm
whatever.
definitely supportive. I'm definitely ambitious, and I like to be a part of your idea. So I can say comprehensive. Yeah, I got my emotions sometimes, and I want to say my opinion. But and overall, like I have really good intentions. I want to see you grow, because if you grow, I grow.
Okay.
Obviously, good sex. Great communication, and
Didn't he just
I'm
say
definitely
besides sex?
adventurous. So I'm super down. I'm open-minded. I'm down. So I'm fun, and that's what I.
Okay, keep in mind, all of the things that she just said, she can that doesn't necessarily mean she's that doesn't necessarily mean that's something to bring to the table, all right? Because I can find like those values in a woman with her own independence, her own job, her own money that doesn't have to rely on a man. So why would I'm just saying, okay, that doesn't necessarily mean you're bringing something to the table. Those are just good qualities that you may have, but that's not really helping me per se. I mean, whatever.
Bring to the table.
Okay, but we mentioned no sex.
Yeah,
Okay,
no sex.
Besides no sex, okay. Yeah, I'm supportive. Ambitious. I'm adventurous. I'm definitely open-minded. To a lot of things. So, yeah, I'm a good time. I'm a good time.
All right.
My answer is I don't know. I don't know what I would bring to the table. This is me. You like
get-
it? You don't?
what-
You
get
know,
the-
let's-
Huh? Bro, she literally said, I have an answer, but I want to hear what you have to say first. But she literally just said, I don't know. Some of y'all just be saying shit, bro. That's what oh my. Wow.
Find out. Let's figure it out together.
Okay, I mean, you're keeping it real. I like that. At least you're being honest.
Wait, you said you have a boyfriend though, right?
Yeah, I do.
Well, what do you do for him then?
Oh, a lot of
Great
things.
question.
Do you want to know? Do you
Okay, all right. So we literally said that was most definitely a sexual innuendo. Excuse me. She said, "Oh, I do a lot of things. Do you want to know, bro? We said no sex. Like besides that, what do you bring to the table?" She has yet to answer this question. Excuse
you
me.
want to ask him?
Yeah,
Look at Abba,
I'm
bro.
asking you.
Abba
I
is
mean, you said,
cringing.
I'm not sure what I bring to the table, and then I'm like, wait, aren't you in a relationship?
Honestly, when I'm in a relationship, I'm not like, what am I bringing to the table? Is he happy if I do this? I don't question myself all the time. I'm like, this is who I am. Maybe today.
But do you notice something interesting?
Okay, hold up. So, I find it worrisome that you don't question yourself, though, because if you have a guy and he's doing all of these things for you, wouldn't you naturally look yourself in the mirror and say, damn, well, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's doing that. What am I doing for him? Maybe I can do more. Like, what am I doing? I don't know. I don't know.
Yes.
When you were asked what you're looking for long term, you had a laundry list of stuff you mentioned. But then when you're asked what
I just said fun, good sex, and somebody who would like change with me, and we both like grow together.
Okay, so let's say you brought up 4 things, but then when you were asked what do you bring to that person, then you're like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Do you understand how there's like a confusion there?
Yes.
It's not confusing for me. I don't know if there's somebody else that's not as confused as you.
All right, I'm the confused one. I'll take that.
Yo,
Right.
Abba
So
oh my gosh, this man basically just turned. He turned the other cheek. He was like, all right, I'm the confused one. I'm the stupid one. Yeah, all right, whatever. Okay, moving on. Hilarious, bro.
I
He's
think
a
I bring
good
a lot to
guest.
the table. I'm super motivative. Like, you just want to be my man. You need the support system, and I'm all about my man. I support him. I encourage him. I motivate him. I push him. I'm there for him. I love him. I'm all about him as long as he's all about me.
Okay.
Okay.
So you cater to your man then?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Does that include if he wants to have sex with other girls, though?
Absolutely not. You already know that.
Then in that case, she does not support you, my gentleman.
Stop it. We're not going
In
there.
that case, she does not support you.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, for me,
That's fair.
it's a best friend. I bring in perspective. I teach them. Also, with my current boyfriend, for
Okay.
example, I'm teaching him Spanish. But definitely a best friend, somebody that you can rely on, that you can talk to, that you can play with, that you can just
Play with.
feel
All right.
like yourself with no armory. You know, you
Okay.
can just relax and be yourself without the stress that goes on in the world.
So no judgment.
No judgment.
That's
fair.
Because
All right,
there's,
well,
there's
does he
a
talk
type of
about his-
unconditional love.
Does he? Wait, you said unconditional love?
There's a type of unconditional love because when it comes to friendship, when you have a friendship with someone,
So I hate the term unconditional love. Because love has conditions. The only time I would say unconditional love exists would probably be between a kid and its parents, or maybe even more so a mother and a daughter, or a mother and a son. I don't know, but I would say, like, in a parent like aspect situation, that's where unconditional love lies. But in relationships, there's no such thing, because all right, so I'm in a relationship. If I cheat, my girl will leave me. That's love with conditions. Like, I love you until you cheat on me, then I'm going to leave you and I'm going to say fuck you. That's conditions. Everybody has some sort of condition. I hate the term unconditional love if we aren't talking about parents.
you love them for who they are, flaws and all.
So you're telling me that your relationship is unconditional love?
As of now, yeah, I would say so.
Okay. All right, excellent. All right. I believe that that's a fallacy. All love is conditional, especially on the female side, but that's okay.
At some point, yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, what did I just say? God damn it. That's what I'm saying, bro.
That's
Because
cap.
if he lost his job,
If you're saying
Cap.
definitely out of your experiences, then you're telling your life, definitely. Because there exists unconditional love.
I agree with her.
You have unconditional love from your mother, you have unconditional love from a brother,
yes.
and it does
That's family,
exist.
though.
And
That's
if you
family,
haven't
though.
experienced
Yes.
it, then you would say it doesn't.
That's
you know?
that's family though.
I would ask you, if you're married to somebody,
I should have just said family as a whole, but you guys understood what I was saying.
Hypotheticals.
hypothetical, right?
Mhm.
You know, 10 years from now, you're married to somebody, I have 3 kids.
Mhm.
He stops working, he stops fucking you, stops talking to you, stops basically being involved with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you would still love this man if he kept that off?
I would still love them, but I would definitely have to love myself more in order to leave and let them figure out their life. Because a lot of times women want men to change,
Mhm.
but people don't realize that you can't make people change. People
Mhm.
have to go through their own process. And sometimes that process requires them to hit rock bottom. So if that person needs to go through their journey and you not being there is part of that, and you do it out of love, then that is necessary. And when that person is able to change and go back to you, you truly love them. You take them back because you know who you fell in love with. You know who that person is. And everybody has downs. Everybody goes through depression. Everybody has bad moments, you know.
Yeah. All right, let me translate that womanese for you guys. Basically, what she's saying is, as long as you continue to be who you were when I first met you, then I will be there.
I don't think she
But-
said that.
Yo, who are these cats, man? Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. I was gonna let it go, but he said it. I promise you I was gonna let it go.
Well, I did not say that. That is mansplaining.
Yes.
And you're
I hate that. I that's another thing that I hate. That is mansplaining. You're mansplaining. You're taking what I said and you're putting it in a man's perspective. Okay, I don't need you to mansplain me, bro. Shut up. But you just said a lot of shit without even saying anything.
changing my words.
Yeah, well, and basically what I am saying is that I'm just translating because you said a lot there without really saying much. But what really,
I heard a lot. I don't know about you.
Thank you.
But that's not unconditional love.
That's not unconditional love, though.
What is unconditional love for you?
Unconditional love for you.
It means when you love somebody.
No,
matter
for
what it
him,
is-
for him, for you, Mr. Fresh Fit.
No. It's very simple. There's no such thing as unconditional love. There's conditions to everything in the world. And the reason why I had to say something was because men, don't listen to that advice ever, because women will say that to you. Oh, unconditional love, and I'm gonna love you, whatever.
As long as you make somebody outside from
Can you
yourself
let me finish?
responsible,
Can you
it's
let
going to
me
be a
finish? Can you let me
conditional.
finish?
Oh, she's cutting this man off.
Okay. So what I was saying is that love is always conditional to some degree. As a
Right.
man, you have to bring something to the table for a woman to love you. Now, I get what you guys are saying, the Disney
But-
fairy tale, but that's not how the world works.
I think that's what you've
Can you stop
learned
cutting me
in
off?
life.
Seriously, can you stop cutting me off?
Do you feel like I'm cutting you,
You
off?
are.
I think this was like a conversation.
What do you mean? Do you feel like I'm cutting you off? That's that's literally what you are doing.
Not a monologue.
No. Did you not ask a question?
I'm sorry?
Did you not ask me a question?
Yeah, I was asking you what is unconditional love.
Hold up, bro. Hey, bro. Hey, look at Abba's face when she
I
said
think
that
that's what
shit.
you've
Can you stop
learned
cutting me
in
off?
life.
Seriously, can you stop cutting me
Bro,
off?
look.
Do you feel like I'm cutting you
You
off?
are.
I think
Yes.
this was like
You've
a
done it twice
conversation, not a
now.
monologue.
No. Did you not ask a question?
Sorry?
Did you not ask me a question?
Yeah,
Did
I was
you-
asking you
unconditional
what
love,
is
which I was
unconditional
doing,
love.
and then you cut me off twice. I counted it.
Are you
Yeah.
mad?
Hey, listen,
Not at all. But
Martin.
Okay, so you're on this man's show. He specifically said, "Can you not cut me off?" You asked him a question. He was talking, but you're constantly trying to talk while he's talking. Bro, how can he answer your question? And then you want to be a smart ass about it? That's super disrespectful.
Because I'm under the impression that you just got like super mad.
No.
And that's another thing. Like, that's not him being mad. Like, that's just a respect thing. And honestly, that's horrible for podcasting. So when I have a lot of guests on my podcast, the Simple Logic podcast is available on all streaming platforms. If you guys want to take a listen, then please do so. Yeah, so even when I have guests on my podcast, like, I have to do it through Zoom, like, because I'm comfortable with it, like, because of COVID. And that's even harder because it's harder not to talk over people. But, like, sometimes I really just have to shut the fuck up and let the guests talk, because, like, you don't want to constantly keep talking over each other, because you won't be able, like, the audience will not be able to understand you or your guests. So there's literally no point. Like, it's common sense, man.
It's rude to cut people off.
No,
especially on
Very
my
rude.
I was trying to just.
Hey, pause. Listen, end of the day, I
Say
told you
something.
before the show, right? It's a podcast. Don't
Yeah.
cut Marin off.
Yes.
I explicitly said this over and over again. Yes, it's me. I'm the producer, okay? Do not cut Marin off. It's bad radio. Now, you get one final warning. If not, we have 3 ladies on the couch.
Oh,
More
I
than-
don't mind
know
leaving
what?
this show. If
Goodbye.
I'm allowed.
Bye.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
You gotta respect the platform and not cut people off.
Thank you.
I'm myself.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Yourself, you can take
Okay,
yourself
bye.
outside.
I will.
Okay.
Thank you. Trey,
You
can
take
you
a vote.
thank you, Trey.
All right.
Okay, so
Just
one
gotta
down.
make sure.
One down.
Okay.
No, you're not.
Wow.
So, you know what? I thought this was gonna be a great show.
We
I
just
mean,
have
who
to.
says the bad show?
Yeah.
I mean, we know Frank Castle coming up, but
Oh, there you go.
we can let him handle that.
I think
Yeah.
it's just
So, Fresh,
bad
go ahead,
to
Fresh.
think that
one holds the truth. So let's just keep an open mind, you know, listen to each other and be willing to also change our own perspectives because that's what actually makes a good dialogue.
Even though you probably won't change any of your perspective, but whatever.
So let's keep it on that note.
I do agree with you, but you did say that there is unconditional love, but then you said something else that said there isn't, because you said if he wasn't loving you how you wanted to love you, you would go away.
No.
Out of love, but it would be out of love. Because let me know if I paraphrase. I want to make sure I understood.
Yeah, sure.
Essentially,
Explain.
for you, if you love somebody, sometimes you have to leave them because it's the compassionate thing to do, so that they can figure themselves out, and you're doing that out of love. Is that correct?
Okay.
When you try to change someone, it puts on more stress for them, the feeling of having to change because you are disappointing your loved one. So sometimes people have to take their own journeys. And for that, sometimes you have to leave out of love for them to figure themselves out. And that is okay. It's completely normal. It's just like when you leave your house, your mom, because you got mad at her, and then you go and you figure yourself out, and then you come back. And that's an explanation, a hypothetical of a teenager that has to go back to the house. But if you're talking about someone that you're married to, as you said in your example, you have 3 kids with them and blah, 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 then definitely, if you want to raise your kids in a good way and your person is not in a good mental space and they need to figure themselves out, then definitely you need to let them go and wait for them in case they want to change, because it's a personal choice. You can't change people.
Okay. But hold on. Nah. Because, right, if you are a mother and your son does something crazy, you still love him.
Right.
Your husband.
Isn't that unconditional love?
Yeah, that's
yes.
a mother and son.
Mother and son,
your
right.
husband cheats on you, does a bunch of crap to you, are you going to love him and take him back? Probably not. So that's not unconditional love.
It does exist, though. JC cheated on
Notice how she did not just use Jay-Z and Beyonce.
You're aware of it, right?
Yeah, I'm aware.
She took him back.
Yeah.
Time out. Whoa. That situation is 20 times different, all right? Jay-Z and Beyonce are literally like, I would probably say like the number one couple in Hollywood. Like, bro, they have an empire. Like, a lot of shit has to be thought about, and a lot of shit has to be, like, dealt with. Like, you really have to think about that, all right? Things will probably be harder to do without one, like, one another. That's Jay and Beyonce. Don't do that.
Okay. Hold on. Okay, I like this. I like this way this goes.
She has a kid with him. She has a kid with him, right? Blue.
You want to handle this? You know what? Listen, there's some women who understand that there's things that matter more in life than whether or not your man is loyal. Some people believe in legacy. Some people build an empire. She knows that if she probably left the man, everything that they've been striving for together would probably just not work out.
Damn it, I'm good.
So sometimes you sacrifice. That's not necessarily an indication of unconditional
love.
love.
I'm good.
It just means like, you know what? I'm going to tolerate this because I believe that the thing that we're working for is more important. And I would also say this.
Facts.
I'm not mad at you. You have your ideas. You have your perception of love or whatever
there's no reason
it is.
to be mad.
But I would also say as you get older in life, you start to realize that there are conditions and there are asterisks. Whether it's marriage, whether it's love, it's like if you don't hold up your end to the bargain and it goes on long enough, I got to go deuces. And you can say, oh, I still love you and I'm doing this so it can help you change because you need to realize rock bottom. But from the man's perspective, it's like you're bailing because I'm not doing what you need me to do and you don't love me unconditionally. It was based off of whether or not I met those needs.
I think that's just one perspective.
Sure.
Definitely there's many perspectives to that. If you talk about marriage, then you have vows. And if you break those vows, then it's kind of like breaking love. But when you have those vows and you say till love do us part, sickness and death and whatever, what you're saying is you're staying with that person even though you know there will be disagreements and mistakes. And the thing is, you are promising to work it out. When you cannot work it out, that's when you get a divorce, right? You're breaking your vows.
But
that's
those are conditions.
You are deciding to do so.
Am I tripping?
It does not mean that you one day from another decide I'm not gonna love that person anymore. We are all humans, you know? People still love even though they understand that they have to leave each other for the greater good, because you don't want to raise a kid with 2 parents that are constantly fighting or that simply cannot get along anymore because of the different perspectives and views.
Okay,
But when you get
All
married,
right.
that's what you're promising to do. You're promising to figure it out together.
go ahead.
All right. We're gonna stop it here because this, like I said before, this is a long video, but man, wow, this is a great topic. Like this is a great, this is a dope podcast. Actually, I got to check out more of them. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and hit subscribe right now. Shout out to Fresh and Fit, man, that was fire. Bro, guys, let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Did y'all think this conversation was helpful in any way? Did you agree with anything that anybody said in here? Like, bro, this was fire, and I love the dialogue between the men and the women. I really appreciated it. But damn, that one chick, bro, she irked me because she came off as so snooty. Could not even answer a question when she said that she had an answer, and she kept cutting this man off on his own podcast, bro. I can't. But guys, please do me a favor and give the video a like, and don't forget to share and subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and I appreciate it. Also, follow me on Twitch. I will be on there tonight around 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, playing this new game, Returnal. I have no idea if it's going to be any good or not, but PS5 has been lacking when it comes to games. The reviews have been pretty decent, and I really like the gameplay from what I've seen. So yeah, go ahead, do me a favor, follow me on Twitch, and let's go through this together, man. But with that being said, I'm out. It's your boy WattsTV, man. Peace.